So here we are, back with our code. Now, the only new stuff that I've added to the code thus far is this function called check profanity. By the way, this function is empty for now. It takes in one argument or one piece of information, which is the text we actually want to check for profanity. Now I know there is this module in Python called url_lib, which helps us get information from the internet. It has a function called url_open, which takes in a link to a website. So here I am going to give it the full link to the What Do You Love website, and add to that the text we actually want to check for profanity. Now this function url_open is going to help us make a connection to this website. So I'm going to call this connection. Now I recognize that you may not be able to read the entire line of code that we've written here, so I'm going to temporarily put in a return statement there so you can read the whole line of code, and then I'm going to restore the code. Okay, let's continue. Now I want us to notice that this function url_open is quite similar to the other function that we have used in this program, which is open. Open helps us read contents from a file on our computer. url_open, on the other hand, helps open a connection to a website on the internet. Then we can do things with that connection. Things like read a response from that website. I'm going to call this response output and then print the output. After I've done that, I will close the connection. So now it's time for us to call this function check profanity. And I will do that after I have successfully read the text from a file on my computer. So let me add code to call the function check profanity. And to it, I will pass in the contents that we had previously read from the file. I'm going to save our program. Now if all goes well, the read text function will read the contents from the movie quotes file, and then the check profanity function will check that text for curse words. Let me run my program, and oh, it seems like I forgot to import url_lib. So let me go back to the code and add that to the very top. There it is. Let me save my program and run again. And this time, the program worked, and the program's response is false, which means that the movie quotes have no curse words in them. Now if I go back to my movie quotes file and change just one word, let me save this file and run my code one more time. Now the response changes to true, which means that there was a curse word in our movie quotes file. Alright, so it seems like we're getting very close to finishing this code. But before we do, I want us to figure out how Python knows about this thing called url_lib and url_open. Let's find out.